Recording. Hi everyone, my name is Lisa and I've got the gorgeous Katie with me.
Hello.
What date is it? It's Friday. What is it what date is it?
The
Fifth,
fifth.
isn't it?
Fifth.
Fifth. Thank you. I'm quite good with my days, but I'm rubbish with my dates. I have been working this morning, and now I'm just making up a fizz, so please do excuse me. Katie, whilst I'm making up my fizz, because I need a bit of energy following my work, lemon blueberry, by the way, tell me a bit about yourself. And then I'll go in and explain to everybody what we're doing here today. But it'd be nice for them to know who you are. And then I'll do the same. And then we'll have a chat about why we're here.
Sure. So I'm Katie. I live in Exeter and I'm a nurse. I've worked today's actually my work anniversary. I've been with the NHS for 12 years as a qualified nurse today. And I've always been gastro, so I started off on the gastro ward and I've specialised into becoming a nurse endoscopist. So I do a lot of diagnostic procedures with patients. At home, I've got a couple of cats and my partner who lives with me. Summers are spent playing cricket, winter is spent watching rugby. Yeah.
Are you playing the rugby? Are you
Oh
playing
no,
the
I just
cricket?
watch. I just watch and admire.
Fair enough. And actually, your work is how we met, wasn't
It
it?
is, yeah.
We met in at Exeter in the hospital when I was going in for a procedure, and we've been friends since, which is lovely.
Yes.
Which is absolutely super, super lovely. And we live quite close to each other, which is unusual for me because everyone I know in Arbonne is all over the place. We're literally all over the country. In fact, other countries as well, which is super fantastic. So, for anyone who doesn't know me, I am Lisa Woodcock. I am an area manager and a proud independent consultant with Arbonne. And today or this evening, we are here to talk about Katie's launch. She's launching her business. So, I have had mine for a year. And you were a what we call a preferred client with me for a
I
while.
was, yeah.
Yeah, trying the products, well, not even trying them, you were buying the products, loving the products, enjoying the products. And then we had a conversation about you coming over and jumping from PC to IC. So
Yes.
tell me, I mean, I think it's quite obvious because of how we met and the fact that we know each other. And then I was a consultant with Arbonne. Tell me about when you first noticed Arbonne, how you were introduced to it. What was your first, like, kind of introduction to it?
Sure. So it was watching your videos on Instagram every day. And it kind of became almost part of a routine for me to watch your morning, you getting ready, having your greens. And I think it just sort of played on my mind as to like, why aren't I doing something like that? Why aren't I having these good drinks? And at the start of the year, having lost quite a bit of weight so far this year, I just felt like it was time to invest in putting something better into my body. Being a previous Diet Coke addict, drinking 2 litres a day. I think I worked out
Wow.
last year that I spent something like £800 alone on Diet Coke.
£800
Yeah.
on diet. Oh my
And
goodness.
my friends, we're all nurses. They were worrying about my kidneys and things like that. And it was a real addiction for me. And I managed to kick that at the start of this year. And it was just, for me, I've never been a water drinker. So looking for something to replace it. And yeah, I just kind of thought I needed to bite the bullet and jump in and try something. And that's when I did my first order with you.
And you never look back.
No.
And I suppose because Diet Coke's got the caffeine in it as well, isn't it? And the difference with
Yeah.
these little magical sticks, which is Arbonne's best-selling product, is it's a naturally, there you go. Is that your favorite flavor,
Yes,
blackberry?
it
I've
is.
got
Yeah.
lemon blueberry. My ultimate favorite is an old flavor, which we have limited editions come out now and again, and it was strawberry, and I love that flavor. But
I
I
get FOMO just watching you with your strawberry ones.
But I do love the lemon blueberries at the minute. So for anyone who doesn't know what Arbonne is, we're a 45-year-old clean company. We were clean before it was cool, basically. So Pet was our founder. And we're also a Swiss company, which should tell you everything because the best chocolate, the best watches, everything good comes from Switzerland, as well as Arbonne. And Petter saw an opening. All he could see was all these companies were spending millions, if not billions, of money on advertising, billboards, getting influencers, celebrities to use their products. And he just thought, oh, actually, the best way for people. Bearing in mind, 45 years ago, we didn't have social media, this was all face to face, belly to belly stuff. But what people loved is recommendations from other people. And we're still like that today, aren't we? If
Yeah.
someone says to me, watch this on Netflix, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust that recommendation because it's come from a friend more so than from a celebrity endorsement where I might think, oh, they're getting paid a good amount of money to do
Yeah.
this. So actually, how true is it? I still get sucked in quite a lot anyway. But so Petter was really forward thinking, and he worked for some of the really like high class cosmetic companies, and he could see what was being put into things like creams to basically push the profit margin to thin these products out, but still make sure that they were good products essentially. And he didn't want any of that. He wanted the consumer to end up with what they were buying, what they thought that they were getting, but also to only be introduced to these products by way of recommendation. And that is exactly what happened through us, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We met each other in hospital. I was a patient, you were working. We started following each other on social media, and then you saw me making up my drinks. In the mornings, a greens drink, fizz drink for when I need some energy. So that's exactly the natural course that Pet and Walk was hoping for. So tell me, what are your favorite products now? Now that you've like been using Arbonne products, you've tried quite a few. What's your go-to?
So my go-to is a fizz, definitely. That was the first thing that I ever ordered. I was sat watching a cricket match, scrolling because there wasn't a lot going on. Because you only really go to watch your partner, not the 10 other people on the team.
Yeah,
So I was scrolling through and yeah, I ordered some fizz and got a really good deal at the time. I think it was like I bought 3 boxes, got an extra two free, and signed up as a preferred client then.
fabulous.
And it was just yeah, a way of sort of mixing up what I was drinking on a day-to-day basis. I am a tea drinker, I drink milk, things like that, but something throughout the day, something I could chuck in my work bag, and it just became a really portable way of being able to have something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And then that progressed onto the greens, which is probably my next favorite product. And I'm a separates girl as well, the same as you. I do have the sachets, the 3-in-1s as well, but I do just prefer the texture that is slightly thicker.
Yeah.
And I've got to the point where I'm a firm believer that you have to do things consistently to start getting a result. And it got to the point where I was almost getting, so I'm an evening greens drinker as opposed to a morning one, but I would get into the evening and think I haven't had my greens. And it just makes me feel so much better. I know that what I'm putting into me, um, is like plant based, and it's just, everything sort of ethically done.
Yeah.
Because that's quite a big thing in our house. Again, I've sort of started using things that was, since before it was cool. So testing on animals and things like that. That's
Big
been
no
long
no.
gone in our house. Yeah. So, and then that then eventually moved on to the protein shakes as well, because I think I might have got a pack as part of a deal or something. And I've slowly built up my repertoire of flavors. And now that's my go to every morning for breakfast.
And mine too. I love a strawberry matcha, so I always make up a strawberry protein shake and I pour in a cold matcha. And I'm not a fan of matcha separately on its own,
Mm,
because I don't drink tea, and it's like that tea flavor, isn't it? But I love
yeah.
it in the strawberry shake. Absolutely love it. Do you make yours with milk or an alternative or with water?
I just use water
You
because
do?
I think it's such a great, it's low calorie. I have wondered about using oat milks and things like that just for a sort of element of more creaminess, but actually
Well, funny
being
that
made with
because
water, it's yeah,
yeah, all the other shakes I've ever had before, I've always had to add milk or an alternative milk to them to get the creaminess. But you
yeah.
just don't have to do
You
that with
just
our
don't need it,
bod.
do you?
No,
No.
we're pea protein rather than whey protein, and
Hmm.
gluten-free, dairy-free, GMO-free, all those wonderful things. But most importantly, we are the only protein shake in the UK with avocado oil in. And as long as you blitz it for 50, 60 seconds, I always add ice in before I blitz as well, because I think that helps. It activates that avocado oil and it
Yeah,
makes it super creamy. And I think it does make all the difference. And I like it, same as you, just water.
yeah,
Greens, one of my favorites as well. Not because it's not just greens, is it? It's got all the gut health, it's got the collagen builder in
yes,
there, it's got everything in there, which is it's like all in one, which is fabulous. I add a fizz to my greens because I've
yes. Me
got
too.
sweet taste buds, so I need the sweetness. But I know lots of people like Justin, he'll just have the greens on its own. He's got more of a sour taste bud. Talking about favorite products, a big one for me is the eye
I
masks.
have those too.
Do
Yeah,
you? Do you love them?
I do. Yeah,
Straight from the fridge. It's got to be from the fridge. Every morning, eye mask on, get that puffiness away, and I'm like, yes, I absolutely love them. Sometimes in the afternoon after work, if I've been staring at a computer for too
yes.
long, I really like them
I'm
then.
more of an evening person again with my pads.
Funny,
Yeah.
isn't it? I do everything in the morning. You do everything in
But
the
you're a morning person, aren't you? I'm not.
I am.
I'm a night
I
owl.
am. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in bed by 9. Like 9 o'clock for me is quite wild.
Oh, see, I'm like 11:30 every night.
Oh
drive my
no,
partner wild. He hates it.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't survive. I wouldn't survive next day. Okay, so we know that you're a great preferred client. You've tried lots of products. What made you then jump from being a PC, a preferred client, over to a IC, an independent consultant?
I think it was more that I work quite a lot and I have, for probably the last, or ever since I've worked in endoscopy, I've done overtime and that completely wrecked my work-life balance,
Yeah.
to the point where I was working 6 days a week and having very little free time. And when I met Matt, my partner, I didn't want to be missing out on our only free time together. So I gave up um, doing the weekends, which obviously came with a bit of a financial hit. And although we're fine without it, I miss that little bit of extra,
Yeah,
spare
when you want
income.
something, you
Yeah,
want
to be able
something,
to do
don't
stuff.
you?
I want more holidays. I want to go out for dinner more often. I want all the nice, shoes and handbags and things like that. And
Yeah.
just to feel a bit more comfortable. And I just thought that this would be a good way of doing it on my terms. And it was a kind of, you sold it to me as a you get out what you put in.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think that works for me.
Yeah, it is. And, I think some people will look at this type of thing and they think they know what it is. And some people will go into it thinking quick fix, they'll
Hmm.
get people to buy a load of stuff and then great. And they're the people who don't tend to stick around because that's not what it's about. I actually call Arbonne a self-development company with a product attached, damn good products at that,
Hmm.
which helps. And some people will join us just to make the money to pay for their own products. Some people will do it to get an extra £200 to £500 a month. And some people will do it to eventually for it to overtake their income and then start doing it full time. And I think one of the things I absolutely love doing is helping other people. So when I find out, like when I hear and when we speak that you used to have a massive Diet Coke addiction,
Yeah.
and that's gone because of a product I
Yeah.
introduced you to. Like that's not only helped you out financially, that's also
Yeah.
helped your health hugely.
Absolutely.
And you're someone that works in gastro. Like it's
I should
wild.
know better. Yeah.
You should know better. So like it's just a nice thing to do to help people with things. And all the products are clean. So it's
Absolutely. I've
like
been
hard.
recommending them to girls at work and
Yeah,
taking ones in for people to try. And yeah, absolutely.
exactly that. And you don't mind doing that because you know that you are
It's
showing
just so easy to do. Yeah.
yeah. Some people will say to me, "Oh, I find it expensive." And I'm like, I don't. I really don't.
Mm.
If you look at the cost of a fizz, I
Hmm.
think it's because it comes in a sachet form rather than in a ready to go.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
actually, you buy like a Red Bull or a cup of coffee in Starbucks, £4.50.
Yeah.
I mean, like
It's insane.
people don't even think about it.
No.
And that's a processed caffeine. So you're going to get the great, I feel good, I've had a coffee. And then, oh my God, I need another coffee. Another £4.50 at Starbucks.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think it really depends. And what's that my mum always used to say to me, um, uh, nothing good for us is nothing good for us is cheap. And if you buy cheap, you buy twice. So you know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
I use that phrase all the time when I
Yeah,
want
like you
like a
go
nice
for a cheaper
cardigan or something.
product and then you end up kicking yourself because you need to go and get the more expensive one in the end because
Exactly.
the quality is there.
Yeah.
Thing with Arbonne is it's all science backed, so it's actually all done for you, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went from PC and you've come over to independent consultant, which is amazing. And so I'm now area manager within Arbonne, which is the second of four levels. And so for me, what the reason why I wanted to become a independent consultant with Arbonne is basically I've had two liver transplants in my time. My life expectancy is shortened. I need to retire myself from my corporate job earlier. And I couldn't think of another one that could do it, that I could bolster my pension to allow that to happen. I still want to enjoy retirement. I don't just want to
Yeah.
work until, I pass away at a younger age. I still want to enjoy every single chapter. And so that means I have to build my pension pot higher.
Hmm.
And I also wanted to build a legacy for my family. And when you become an area manager within Arbonne, your business is winnable,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Like you build this thing up, and then even after you've gone, your legacy lives on, and your family will still be earning an income from it. Because
Yeah.
just because you've gone doesn't mean your clients who've been drinking greens for the last 2 years want to go as well.
Hmm.
It's one of those, isn't it? And I think it's just phenomenal what Arbonne can do for us and our family. So at the very top level of the business, which is what we call a national vice president, titles are titles. the average earnings, and if you look at earnings at arbonne.com, that will show you what's typical. But Katie, you are not typical, and neither am I. The average earnings for a national vice president takes about 5 years to get there. A lot of hard work has to go into it,
Mm.
and that is because the average earnings are 10 to 12,000 pound per month.
Yeah,
Like per month. Like that's phenomenal. Like
it
I'm
is. Yeah.
going for that. I'm absolutely putting the effort in to get myself there. What would you do with 10 to 12,000 pound a month?
Oh, I'd go on holiday every month.
I'm coming with you.
You'd have time, wouldn't you? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like
I've
it,
just experienced everything that I want to. I know people always wait until they've heard bad news to say, "Oh, I need a bucket list." Start writing it now, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always saying I want to do this, I want to do that, and I think that's what would help to fund it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it would. And when I did my launch, over a year ago now, and the lady that introduced me to the business called Danny said to me, "What would you do with 10 to 12,000 pound a month?" I was like, "Oh God, I've never even thought about it." But now, actually, I know so many people in the business that have achieved it, and it's not overnight success. They've worked hard to get
Yeah.
there, but they're there and I know them. They've achieved it.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter. It's not one of these companies where it's the first in, achieves it all. I've seen people achieve it in a year. It can be done quicker. So it's not about the people that got in 45 years ago. It's about the people who come in and work hard, which is amazing. And so, yeah, I'm coming on holiday with you, Casey. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely coming on holiday
I'm
with
up
you.
for that.
So one of the other things that you can get within Arbonne is an annual incentive trip. And again, anyone can earn it. It doesn't matter if you start today, start yesterday. It is solely based on your efforts and the your business basically. It's not based on anybody else. So it's up to you whether you run for it or not. I joined the business last July. I sounded very Devonshire then,
You
didn't
did.
I? I joined the business last July, and then I think it was the December, they opened up the opportunity to earn the annual incentive trip in I think 16 days time, I'm off to Dubai on that annual incentive trip. So when you hear things like that are a possibility, that would be
Yeah.
a paid for 5-star trip for you and Matt to go on. Like, does that to you feel unrealistic, or do you think I'm going for it, or
I think it feels much more realistic because I know you're doing it and because you are, it makes it that bit more within reach for me. It's like you were
yeah,
saying, knowing someone somewhere who's doing that is great. It's if you don't know people that are, you sort of think it's a bit pie in the sky.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's
and
so
yeah,
true, isn't it? If you know
it's
someone
just more
that's done it, it makes
relatable.
all the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I think one of the other things that a lot of people think, they think, oh, I don't know anyone that's done it, so it's unrealistic, is they'll also go, oh, I don't like social media, I don't want to do social media. But
Yeah.
you've already started having conversations with people about products, haven't you? And has that
Yes.
come from social media?
Some
Or
of it has, and some of it is just me having a drink at work and someone saying, "Oh, what have you got there?" or someone telling me their problems. For example, a colleague was talking about protein shakes, and then she mentioned, "Oh, I think I'm a celiac," and I was like, "Well, funny you should mention that," and told her all about the Arbonne shakes, which are gluten free. So it's
absolutely, yeah.
yeah, it's sort of using those opportunities as well, not to hard sell, but just to say, actually, I think there's something that could work for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know an opportunity, and it's not just that we're gluten free; we're certified gluten
Hmm.
free. It's huge, really. It is big, and that's great. And because a lot of people go, oh, I couldn't do what you do, I couldn't talk on the social media, and you don't have to. As I mentioned earlier, Arbonne is 45 years old. Social media wasn't around 20 years ago, probably less than that, and there was 25 years worth of business there that was built without social media. So never let that be a blocker either. Fabulous. I think I've asked you everything I need to ask you.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think I do. No.
No? Okay. Well, we have got the opportunity for somebody who is watching this to win a full-size product, which is amazing. So let's uh, tell me, what was your favorite fizz flavor?
Blackberry.
Blackberry fizz is your favorite. So give us a like, and I want you to answer in the comments what Katie's favorite fizz flavor is, and you're going to go into a draw to win a free full-sized product. Katie's going to send that out next week. So like, comment, bring all your friends in to watch this video, and support Katie on her journey starting her business. Thank you so much, everybody. It was so great to see you, Katie.
And you. Thank you.
No, you're most welcome, and we'll see you all later. Bye bye.